Chapter 3: Telecommunication and Networking. So, what is telecommunication and networking? Telecommunication is communications at a distance. There are a number of other terms that are used almost interchangeably with telecommunications: data communications, datacom, teleprocessing, telecom, and networking, such as computer networks, the internet, the telephone network, while networking is the electronic linking of geographically dispersed devices, is critical for modern organizations to participate effectively in the ongoing communications. The prefix tele simply means operating at a distance. An example of networking is sharing and acquiring information between different divisions of the same company to share information and solve business problems. An example of networking is linking the entire network of computers to a print server to allow each workstation to have the ability to print documents. Telecommunication network is a group of nodes interconnected by link that are used to exchange messages between the nodes. The links may use a variety of technologies based on the methodologies of circuit switching, message switching, or packet switching to pass messages and signals. What are the functions of a telecommunications network? Transmission, movement of voice and data using network and underlying media. Processing, ensuring that error-free communication gets to the right destination. Editorial, checking for errors and putting communication into standardized format. Conversion, changing coding system or speed when moving from one device to another. Routing, choosing most efficient path when multiple paths are available. Network control, keeping track of status of network elements and checking to see if communications are ready to be sent. Interface, handling interactions between users and the network. The key elements of telecommunications and networking: analog and digital signals. An analog signal signifies a continuous signal that keeps changes with the time. A digital signal signifies a discrete signal that carries binary data and has discrete values. Digital signal is square waves. Transmission media. A telecommunication network is made up of some physical medium over which communications are sent. Topology of network is the arrangement of the elements of a communication network. Network topology can be used to define or describe the arrangement of various types of telecommunication networks, including command and control radio networks, industrial field buses, and computer networks. Wide area network, or WAN. A wide area network is a telecommunication network that extends over a large geographic area for the primary purpose of computer networking. Wide area networks are often established with leased telecommunication circuits. Local area network, or LAN. A local area network is a computer network that interconnects computers within a limited area, such as a residence, school, laboratory, university campus, or office building. By contrast, a wide area network not only covers a larger geographic distance, but also involves leased telecommunications circuits. Types of transmission lines. Simplex transmission. Data can travel only in one direction. Examples of simplex include radio broadcasting, television broadcasting, computer-to-printer communication, and keyboard-to-computer connections. Half-duplex transmission. Data can travel in both directions but not simultaneously. An example of a half-duplex system is a two-party system such as a walkie-talkie, wherein one must use over or another previously designated keyword to indicate the end of transmission and ensure that only one party transmits at a time because both parties transmit and receive on the same frequency. Next is the full duplex transmission. Permits data to travel in both directions at once and therefore provide greater capacity, but it costs more than half duplex lines. In a full duplex system, both parties can communicate with each other simultaneously. An example of a full duplex device is plain old telephone service. The parties at both ends of a call can speak and be heard by the other party simultaneously. The five primary media. The five primary media. First is the twisted pair. Twisted pair cabling is a type of wiring in which two conductors of a single circuit are twisted together for the purposes of improving electromagnetic. Second is the wireless. Wireless system uses an intrinsically open and unsecure radio channel for transmission of user signaling and traffic between the base station and the mobile stations. Third is the fiber optics or optical fiber. Refers to the medium and the technology associated with the transmission of information as light pulses along a glass or plastic strand or fiber. Fourth is the coaxial cable, or coax, is a type of electrical cable consisting of an inner conductor surrounded by a concentric conducting shield with the two separated by a dielectric. Many coaxial cables also have a protective outer sheath or jacket. And last is the satellite. It's an artificial satellite that relays and amplifies radio telecommunications signals via a transponder. It creates a communication channel between a source transmitter and a receiver at a different locations on Earth.
Topology of networks. The first topology is the bus. This is one of the simplest physical topology used for the network. This topology is famously used for the local area network. In this topology, all the nodes are connected through a single cable known as backbone. If this backbone cable is damaged, the entire network breakdowns. Second topology is the ring. It is a network topology in which each node connects to exactly two other nodes, forming a single continuous pathway for signals through each node. Data travels from node to node, with each node along the way handling every packet. Third one is the star. A star network is an implementation of a spoke hub distribution paradigm in computer networks. In a star network, every host is connected to a central hub. In its simplest form, one central hub acts as a conduct to transmit messages. The star network is one of the most common computer topologies. Fourth one is the tree. A tree network or star bus network is a hybrid network topology in which star networks are interconnected via bus networks. Tree networks are hierarchical and each node have an arbitrary number of child nodes. Last topology is the mesh. A mesh network is a local network topology in which the infrastructure nodes connect directly, dynamically, and non-hierarchically to as many other nodes as possible, and cooperate with one another to efficiently route data from or to clients. Types of networks. Computer telecommunication network. It is the network emanating from a single medium, large or very large computer or a group of closely linked computers. Local area networks or LAN. It is completely owned by a single organization and generally operates within an area no more than 2 or 3 miles in diameter. Wired Local Area Network. This design is usually referred to as Ethernet, named after the original Xerox version of the design. Wireless Local Area Network. Most wireless LANs in use today are of the Wi-Fi. Higher Speed Wired Local Area Network. The top speed of a traditional Ethernet LAN is 10 Mbps, but fast Ethernet operating at 100 Mbps is now the most common form of Ethernet in new LANs. Backbone networks. These are in-between networks and the middle-distance networks that interconnect LANs in a single organization with each other and with the organizations WAN and the Internet. Wide Area Networks or WAN, also called long-haul networks, to communicate both voice and data across their far-flung operations. DDD and WATS. Direct Distance Dialing or DDD is available through a telephone companies such as AT&T, Sprint, Nextel, or Verizon and can be used for voice and data communications between any two spots served by the telephone network. Wide Area Telephone Services or WATS is also available, in which the organizations pay a monthly fee for unlimited long-distance telephone service using the ordinary voice circuits. Leased lines. These leased lines are generally coaxial cables, microwave, or fiber optic cables of very high capacity, and they are less prone to data errors than ordinary voice lines. Satellite. Satellite microwave communication is being used by several large organizations to set up their WANs. ISDN. It is a set of international standards by which the public telephone network is offering additional telecommunications capabilities to telephone users worldwide. Packet switch network are quite different from the switch circuit and dedicated circuit networks previously described. Virtual private network provides the equivalent of a private packet switch network using the public Internet. Internet is a network of networks that use the TCP or IP protocol with gateways to even more networks that do not use the TCP/IP protocol. Intranets is simply a network operating within an organization that employs the TCP/IP protocol. Network protocols, an agreed-upon set of rules or conventions governing communication among elements of a network, or to be more precise, among layers or level of a network. In order for two network elements to communicate with one another, they must both use the same protocol. Internet is not a network type, although it does not run a leading-edge, very high bandwidth network. Types of networks. What is OCI reference model? The OCI model is very complex because it must support many types of networks, such as LANs and WANs, and many types of communication, such as electronic mail, electronic data interchange, and management reports. The 7 layers of the OCI reference model. First layer is the application layer. It is an abstraction layer that specifies the shared communications protocols and interface methods used by hosts in a communication network. Second layer is the presentation layer. It is used to present data to the application layer, which is layer 7, in an accurate, well-defined, and standardized format. Third layer is the session layer. It provides the mechanism for opening, closing, and managing a session between end-user application processes. Transport layer is the fourth layer in an open system interconnection or the OCI model, and it is responsible for end-to-end communication over a network. It provides logical communication between application processes running on different hosts within a layered architecture of protocols and other network components. Fifth layer is the network layer. It is a portion of online communication that allows for the connection and transfer of data packets between different devices or networks. Sixth layer is the data link layer. The data link layer takes the data bits and frames and creates packets of the data to guarantee reliable transmission. This layer adds source and destination addresses to the data stream as well as information to detect and control transmission errors. The data link layer has two sub-layers. The last layer is the physical layer. It deals with transmission of individual bits from one node to another over a physical medium. It defines the physical characteristics and functions of the physical devices and interfaces so that transmission can occur. What is TCP or IP? Transmission Control Protocol or Internet Protocol, or in short, TCP or IP, is not part of the OCI reference model, although it roughly corresponds to the network and transport layers. TCP or IP is used in many non-Internet networks, including Internet, as well as in the Unix and Linux operating systems and in Microsoft Windows. In short, it is the transmission control protocol or Internet protocol used to govern the connection of computer systems to the Internet. The exploding role of telecommunications and networking. First, the exploding role of telecommunications and networking. First is online operations. This refers to processes and systems that support the sale and delivery of online advertising. More specifically, this is the workflow processes and software systems that are used to sell input, serve, target, and report on the performance of online ads. Next is connectivity. Most large and mid-sized organizations now provide a personal workstation for every managerial and professional employee. And these workstations are connected to a network structure so that each employee has access to every person and every system with which he or she might conceivably need to interact. Next is electronic data interchange and electronic commerce. This will be covered more completely in Chapter 7, but it is certainly part of the exploding role of networking. EDI, or the Electronic Data Interchange, is a set of standards on hardware and software technology that permits business documents, example, purchase orders, invoices, and price lists, to be transferred electronically between computers or in separate organizations. Electronic commerce is a broad term that incorporates any use of telecommunications and networking to conduct commercial activities. Lastly is the marketing. In addition to electronic commerce, telecommunication is being used for many other applications in the marketing area. All business organizations sell products and services, although the distribution channel vary widely. The telecommunications industry. There are three major segments of the telecommunications industry. The first major segment is the carriers. Carriers are the ones who own or lease the physical plant. Examples are cabling, satellites, cellular towers, and so forth. And they sell the service of transmitting communications from one location to another. The second major segment is the equipment vendors. These are the ones who manufacture and sell a wide range of telecommunications-related equipment, including LAN, software, and hardware, routers, hubs, wireless access points, switches, multiplexers, cellular telephones, and modems. And the third major segment is the service providers. They are the ones who operate networks and deliver services through the network or provide access to our services via the internet.